still thinking.
Shoelaces?
Please, Georgie.
Then we can climb Mount Bedford and smell the pines and watch the sunrise against the peak.
Even right now, I'm going to school. This is my last chance. Uncle Billy here. He's your man.
But, George, they'll vote with Potter otherwise.
I still can't understand it, though. You know, I didn't tell anybody I was coming here.
Pick up next week. You got any romance in you?
Sure, I had it, but I got rid of it.
Liver pill. It's time.
Oh, hey, Ernie. Look at that.
Sorry.
Help me, Clarence, please. Please.
George.
On Christmas Eve in Bedford Falls, the quiet town is in the grips of anxiety. As snow falls gently outside, radio broadcasts carry news of a local man in crisis. A prayer is sent up for George Bailey, a man in desperate need of help. In response to this, an angel named Clarence is assigned the mission of saving George's life. This decision will ultimately lead to a revelation that will forever change the lives of George and everyone around him. The story begins by introducing George Bailey as a young boy with big dreams. His life takes shape as he is raised in Bedford Falls by his loving, selfless father, Peter Bailey, who runs the Bailey Brothers Building and Loan. The business is one of the town's few institutions dedicated to serving the community rather than lining the pockets of wealthy businessmen like Mr. Henry Potter. George's bright future is set, but life's path has other plans. Despite his dreams of traveling the world and going to college, George's responsibilities to his family and the building and loan keep him grounded. When Peter dies unexpectedly, George takes over the business, forgoing his ambitions to serve the needs of others in his town. As George grows older, he marries his childhood sweetheart, Mary Hatch. Together, they build a life that is deeply rooted in the fabric of Bedford Falls. They have children, and George pours his energy into making their home a place of love and care. However, George's journey is not without hardship. Despite his best efforts, the Bailey Brothers Building and Loan faces constant financial struggles, as Mr. Potter, a wealthy banker who owns most of the town, attempts to buy out all the small businesses, including George's. George battles Potter's growing influence, but his fight seems endless. At the core of George's emotional struggles is his sense of duty and sacrifice. He continuously puts his personal dreams aside to help others. When his younger brother, Harry, comes home from the war with a prestigious Medal of Honor, George is filled with pride, but also with frustration. His brother's success only highlights George's own unfulfilled dreams. George had always hoped to travel the world, yet his sense of duty keeps him in Bedford Falls. Despite his growing sense of personal frustration, George finds solace in his marriage to Mary, who remains steadfast in her love and support. The couple has children, and George continues to work hard to keep the building and loan afloat. Yet the weight of their financial struggles becomes too much to bear. One fateful night, as Christmas approaches, George is faced with a crisis. $8,000 has gone missing from the business, and the bank examiner is due to arrive. In an instant, George feels as though his world is collapsing. He is unable to solve the problem and, believing he has failed those who depend on him, contemplates suicide. It is at this moment of despair that Clarence, the angel, arrives. Clarence has been sent to save George from himself. In a twist of fate, Clarence grants George's wish and shows him what the world would be like if he had never been born. The impact of George's absence is immediate and devastating. Bedford Falls, without George's influence, has become a dark and bleak place under the control of Mr. Potter. Without the building and loan, many families in the town, including George's own, are unable to own homes. The town, once filled with hope, is now a shadow of what it once was. Clarence leads George through a series of devastating realizations. He sees how his absence has altered the lives of his family, friends, and even complete strangers. His brother Harry, who should have died in a childhood accident, has no memory in this world. There is no Medal of Honor, no legacy left behind. Mary, now a lonely librarian, has never married, and the dreams of their children and family have been dashed. The full weight of George's sacrifice becomes evident as he witnesses the ripple effect of his absence. Clarence shows George just how deeply he has impacted the lives of those around him. In one of the most profound moments, George sees that his best friend, Bert, has become a bitter and lonely man, no longer the friendly, jovial officer of the law. The same is true for Ernie, the taxi driver. Even the town's people, who George once helped with his business, are worse off without his intervention. In this world without George, people struggle to make ends meet. The absence of his kindness and generosity has left Bedford Falls in ruins. In a moment of realization, George cries out to Clarence that he wants to live again, to undo the devastation caused by his absence. He begs for a chance to return to his life. As Clarence listens to George's plea, he grants his wish, sending George back to his beloved town. Upon his return, George finds himself standing in front of his home, with the world around him miraculously restored. The film's emotional climax unfolds as George returns to his home, where he is joyously reunited with his family. His friends and neighbors, aware of his struggle and his goodness, rally together to help him, providing the money he needs to save the building and loan. In a heartwarming gesture of support, the people of Bedford Falls show George how much he means to them. His life, once marked by sacrifice and suffering, is now surrounded by love and gratitude. The redemption of George Bailey is complete as the community comes together, filling his home with joy and celebration. The film reaches its emotional zenith when George's brother Harry, now a successful man, raises a toast in George's honor. Harry acknowledges that without George's sacrifices, he would not be alive to be successful. Harry's gesture encapsulates the movie's central theme. George's life, though seemingly small and insignificant, has had an immeasurable impact on the world. The final scenes of the film provide a sense of peace and closure. The townspeople who once relied on George for their homes now return the favor, helping him when he needs it most. The film's resolution is a testament to the enduring power of selflessness, sacrifice, and community. George Bailey's life has been a beacon of hope for others, and in the end, he is rewarded for his kindness and generosity. Clarence, having completed his mission, finally earns his wings, ascending into the sky as the story concludes. The angel's final words, "Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings," carry with them a message of hope and redemption. George Bailey has not only saved his own life but has also made the world a better place for everyone around him. His journey from despair to redemption serves as a reminder of the power of kindness, the importance of community, and the immeasurable value of a life well lived. In its closing moments, It's a Wonderful Life becomes more than just a film about one man's transformation. It is a celebration of the human spirit, showing how even the smallest acts of kindness can have profound, far-reaching consequences. George Bailey, through his love, generosity, and unwavering commitment to his family and community, has left a legacy that will last long after his story has been told. As the final credits roll, the film's message is clear. No life is ever truly insignificant, and the impact of one person's actions can echo throughout time. The story of George Bailey is not just a Christmas tale. It is a timeless reminder that, in the end, the greatest gift of all is the love we give to others. In his final moments, George understands that he has lived a life filled with meaning, and it is a life that will continue to resonate in the hearts of those who knew him. Thus, It's a Wonderful Life captures the profound emotional journey of a man whose life, though filled with struggle and sacrifice, proves to be invaluable, not just to his family, but to his entire town. It shows us the beauty of selflessness, the impact of community, and the power of redemption, leaving us with the lasting belief that, indeed, it is a wonderful life. As we close the chapter on It's a Wonderful Life, we're reminded of the timeless message that even the smallest acts of kindness can change the world. George Bailey's journey from despair to redemption highlights the power of selflessness, the importance of community, and the true value of a well-lived life. His story resonates with all of us, reminding us that we all have the power to make a difference in the lives of others. Thank you for joining us in exploring this classic masterpiece. If you enjoyed this recap, stay tuned for our next cinematic journey. Next, we'll be recapping Sunset Boulevard, 1950, a gripping tale of fame, betrayal, and the dark side of Hollywood. It's a film that continues to captivate audiences with its sharp critique of the entertainment industry and unforgettable characters. Don't miss it. See you next time.